We're Bash Bros Movies, and we're pre-recording a bunch of new videos. And judging by his humming here, you probably know what we did before, but whether it's been released or not, we don't know. So we don't have any schedule for releasing these. But today we're doing top 10 animated movie list of all time. We already did 3 animated movie lists.
No, we did Disney, we did DreamWorks, and what else we do?
We didn't do Pixar yet,
no,
but we'll do it. We'll do Pixar, yeah,
Disney.
We'll do Pixar eventually sometime.
As soon as Coco comes out, and Toy Story 4 comes out, and Incredibles 2 comes out.
No. We're gonna do it before that. We're gonna do it after Coco comes out. Because I don't want any of these new movies. I'm still not on board with Toy Story 4. I'm still not on board until I see the movie. I'm waiting to see it. But I'm not on board yet.
They haven't dropped the ball yet. You know, even Toy Story 2 wasn't dropping
because
the ball.
there's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to Pixar movies, and we're gonna save that discussion for another time.
So here's the thing with all the other lists that we're gonna do, I have no honorable mentions because there's too many of these. Also, had this list been made 5 minutes later, it would have been different, I guarantee.
Definitely. These were tough
lists. There's so many animated movies that
many animated movies, sequels, and
10 of them.
It's easy. It's easy. You probably know what we're gonna put on the list, but nevertheless, I could have gone with a bunch of honorable mentions here, but I chose not to because that will only prolong this video even more than it's necessary.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
None whatsoever.
You didn't put any, or just took all of my off?
I just made the top 10 list. That's it. Because we already did top 10 Disney animated movies and top 10 DreamWorks animated movies. There's a bunch of honorable mentions there as well, and we're gonna link those videos in this video, and if people want to see those, fine. If not, okay, whatever. So
go for it.
No, you're starting this one first because I did the prior one first.
Coming in number 10, all those go to heaven.
Okay, I did not see that one coming. What made you put that one on the list?
I don't know. It wasn't on the DreamWorks or Disney list because it's neither DreamWorks or Disney. So I try to incorporate some animated movies that are neither Disney nor DreamWorks.
I tried doing the same thing, but it was much harder for me.
It wasn't actually once I figured out which one of them were worthy of mention, which one of them were not Disney or DreamWorks, and all those go to heaven.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie. I remember parts of it. I remember it being very hard to watch as a kid.
A dog kills a dog, and by default all dogs go to heaven. But this particular dog, he actually finds a way to return back to Earth to revenge his death, if you would. And in the meantime, he has to watch out because he already died once. So if he dies again, does he go to heaven or does he go somewhere else?
Yeah, I would have to watch that movie again. I remember watching it as a kid a few times, but it's been very hard to watch it in some parts, and it's a very heavy movie for a kid to watch, I think.
You made the list?
What's your number 9?
Brave.
Okay.
Pixar movie.
Yeah, it is. One of the less popular Pixar movies.
I love it.
I know I like it too.
For some reason people don't, but listen, had Disney made it, this would definitely be like my... Merida would probably be my top Disney princess. I'll go that far.
Okay.
I love this movie. I love the whole Scottish setting.
Definitely.
I love the story. Hence the number 9. Coming in number 8, Ice Age. So it's hard to put here. I was debating.
I want to go and change my list now, man.
Like we said, you know, 5 minutes later, this list is different. You would know my side list.
Number 7, please.
Another hard one to put maybe this low, because I really, really love this animated movie. Balto.
Okay, I'll give you that as an animated movie. Okay.
It's an animated movie. Balto.
Listen, if you had said Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Space Jam, that would have been a different story. But those are completely different categories. But
yeah, Balto has the beginning and the end.
Yeah,
it's
just
not
like
animated. But let's not get ourselves.
Okay, to be honest, I put one other movie that is similar to Balto in that regard. So,
coming in number 6, Lion King.
It's a little bit higher on my list, but not that much
Another
higher.
one that was, you know, at this point, was like,
If you saw, yeah, if you watched our Disney top 10 Disney animated movies, you know how high Lion King is on that list, particularly on both our lists.
Yeah.
So
We love Lion King.
but
Here,
this is
it ended
but
up number
this
6.
is among Disney movies alone. Here, Lion King has much
Competition?
much worse, much more competition. I don't know what the expression would be, but it's a much harder battle here. So,
Yeah, but still coming in solid number 6 makes you question about the top 5.
oh, definitely, definitely. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Alright?
Coming in at number 10, I don't think if you saw this coming, you probably didn't, but it's Howl's Moving Castle. It's an
I
anime.
thought it was gonna end up on your list. I have an anime on my list, so I figured Howl's Moving Castle would end up on your list. Didn't know where.
Oh,
Figured it might be there.
listen, it's on top of the list, on the bottom of the list actually, because it has a steampunk element to it that I'm not fond of particularly. I hate steampunk. However, it fits inside this movie in so many different ways, and it works, and it's watchable. And Howl's Moving Castle is such a weird and unusual story that not many people have seen, at least here in our parts. And I've seen it a few years ago, and I really, really liked it. And I thought it'd be a shame not to put this one on my list.
Alright?
And so if you've never seen Howl's Moving Castle, listen, I watched the Japanese language one. I didn't watch the dubbed English one, so
If you're watching anime without any prior viewings, if you would
It's-
watch it in Japanese.
definitely, it's definitely a. If you want to get into anime, we'll probably talk about this at some anime review sooner or later, anyway. So, but it's a great first step into anime if you want to go into that genre. So
Right.
coming in number 9, it's neither Disney nor Pixar nor Dream. I have no idea what studio did this because I didn't check up on it. It's the Iron Giant.
9. I'll slap you, silly. Let's move on.
Okay.
9. Iron Giant is 9.
It's
Oh man.
It's-
No, nah. 8. Let's go. Nah, move.
It's another anime. It's another Miyazaki classic, and it's Spirited Away. I don't know if you saw this one, but this one's very unusual, and it's about
I
this.
still have a lot of catching up to do, man.
The Spirited Away is one of those movies that it's very weird. It's set in this. It's about this girl who goes on a trip with her family, and they're moving away, and they stop at this little park, whatever, like an old bathhouse kind of thing, and it's all grown in grass, and it's all been deserted for many years. And she enters in another world dimension, so to speak, and it's very weird and unusual. And if you want to get into anime, this could be the first step as well. But be aware, you're not. Yeah,
You're gonna see weird stuff.
yeah, you're gonna see some weird stuff happen. And if you're a religious person, you may even think of it as sacrilege. But listen, it's very weird and unusual. So like, just be warned and be prepared for just about anything to happen. So yeah, it's on my number 8 spot. Coming in at number 7. Okay, you're gonna yell at me again, but it's The Incredibles.
Why is that on your list again? Ah, never mind. Okay.
It's a great movie. The Incredibles is a
Okay.
great Pixar
I'll give
movie.
you
So
that.
it's
You put Samuel Jackson into anything, I just listed it.
it's
all
not
day
just
long.
about Samuel L. Jackson.
I
It's
know.
about the whole story. It's
I
about
know.
Dax. It's about Dash, and it's Dash. Sorry, people. But yeah, it's about Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl and their daughter. I forgot her name.
And we're getting a sequel.
After how many years? So, come on, man. It had to be on the list. Coming in number 6. You put Balto, I put Lego Movie. Because everything is awesome. So it's like, why not put an awesome
Not
movie on an
everything is
awesome...
animated.
It's not, but still. Balto has the same thing going for it, so it's like...
No, it doesn't.
It kind of...
Balto is clearly an animated movie with like 2 scenes of non-animation. Here, none of it is animated.
It's all animated, it's just a different style of animation.
This one obviously slid under the cracks, but it shouldn't have been here. But
Why?
we'll let it slide.
Why? It's clearly animated.
What's next?
It's computer generated animation that's done in a different style than a lot of other stuff. So it was like, yeah, I'll give it to you. It has a bunch of live action scenes in it that are mixed with animation, like Space Jam and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but not to that degree, man. Like Space Jam and Okay. Okay, coming at number 5. It was hard not to put 2 movies on the same list, and this is a sequel. So it's Toy Story 2.
Alright.
So yeah, I love Toy Story. I would have put all 3 on the list.
Me
but
too, but I had to put only 1.
I couldn't help myself.
So mine 5, 4, 3.
Yeah. Because I already went to number 5, which I wasn't supposed to do anyway, so...
So my 5 is actually an anime that is fresh enough in my mind to actually end up on this list. It's Your Name.
Yeah.
We
actually did a review on this.
We did a review on this one, and
I'll try to put the link.
It's fresh enough in my mind that I actually had to put it on my list. If I was gonna not putting an anime on this list would have been a shame.
I agree.
Just because anime is such wild.
Now I'm starting to reconsider my whole list again.
What we call animation. So I had to put an anime on this. This was the freshest one I saw, hence it made the list.
Now I'm reconsidering my whole list just based on that movie alone, because that one definitely deserves to be on the top 10 list, man.
Coming in at number 4 is Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay.
Which, in my opinion, is better than Kung Fu Panda 1, which we covered in the DreamWorks animation.
We'll put the link to that one too.
Top 10 DreamWorks animation stuff.
Yeah, we'll put the links to all those videos at the end of this video.
Coming in at number 3 is the before mentioned Warner Brothers animation movie Iron Giant.
Okay, so it is Warner Brothers. Okay.
Had to be on this list. I would have put it on both Disney and DreamWorks, even though it's neither Disney nor DreamWorks. That's how much I love this one. But yeah, so it's number 3.
I like Iron Giant, I just don't like it. It's just because I don't think... It's a great movie to watch. It's definitely a great movie to watch.
It's rewatchable, it has a great story.
Not many people have seen it. Not many people have seen it. And if
do
you're one of
yourself
those,
a favor and go watch it, because
definitely.
it's really worth to watch.
Definitely.
It's definitely worth to watch.
Some would say it's Vin Diesel's best work. Because he hardly talks. Which to me is not fair to the man, because I love his voice. So
his voice, yeah. No, Iron Giant, listen, it's a tearjerker there at the end as well.
Yep.
So if you haven't seen, really go watch it. It's like an hour and a half long, I think, but it's really, really worth to watch. Definitely one of my favorites.
Agreed.
When it comes to animation, hence the number 3.
Okay, so my number 5 is Toy Story 2. My number 4 is your number 6, The Lion King, which we talked about at length at our Disney top 10 Disney animated movie list, because it made it pretty up on our lists. So I'm not gonna talk about it much. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never seen
it, why on earth have you not seen it?
What world are you living in? So moving in at number 3, you put Kung Fu Panda 2, and number 4 I put Kung Fu Panda at number 3.
Alright.
Listen, you mentioned earlier, you mentioned Ice Age. Now I'm and Your Name, I'm reconsidering my list already. So
like I said, had this list been made 5 minutes later, it would have been different.
So let's keep this
as the list for stuff. There's a lot of animated movies. There's a lot of animated movies we love. No matter how many, if you did this list 10 times, it'd be different 10 times.
Definitely, definitely. And hopefully within the next 5 or 10 years we do this list again and it looks very differently than it's looking now.
Yeah.
But until then, Kung Fu Panda is at number 3 on my list.
You probably know my number 1 and 2 at some point. The only question is, even now, I'm reconsidering which is number 1, which is number 2, because I love both these movies so much.
Yeah, let's go with my list first.
Alright.
Because we'll be able to talk about one of those movies with you. And me, coming in number 2 for me is Shrek, which we talked about at our DreamWorks animation
Yeah, Shrek
list.
didn't make my list for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
I
know.
forgot about Shrek.
Just like I forgot about Ice Age, you forgot about Shrek, so...
Shrek probably wouldn't have made this list. Now Shrek would definitely make this list. I don't know who I was gonna kick out, but somebody's getting kicked out if Shrek's on this list.
Listen, in 5 years, we'll do another
There's
list.
so many animated movies.
Coming
if you
up.
watched our DreamWorks animation, top 10 animation stuff,
You know
saw
how
how Shrek
very high,
on
very
that
high.
list.
We're not
It
gonna.
stopped
We're not,
too, I think, or something.
we're not gonna spoil it for you. Go and watch
We
it.
just did.
And
I
anyways,
just did.
Shrek is one of the funniest movies ever. One of the most heartfelt and most entertaining animated movies of all time.
Yes.
And reminds me so much of the Princess Bride as well, which basically it is a parody to fantasy genre, as we talked about in the.
It is.
And
Definitely is.
they take a lot of those tropes, they make fun of them, but use them at the same time. And Shrek
And
is
they really flip it upside down with actually wood, just because
yeah.
the real beauty, they took the real beauty, which is on the inside, and they put it on the outside.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've never seen Shrek, I have no idea what you've been doing all these years.
Like
It's been
watch
out-
it and then
it's
rewatch
been out
it
for
and then
17
rewatch
years,
it,
people.
and then you're gonna want to watch the second, the third, and the fourth one, but still you go watch the first one again. And every time you get an urge to watch Shrek 2, 3, and 4, just watch the first one again.
Exactly. So yeah,
Save you a lot of trouble.
and your number 2 is my number 1. So let's talk about it, because I already mentioned it. I put 2 movies on my list. One is a sequel, one isn't. And so
I think we can say that Toy
Story
Story just flipped the whole animated world upside down.
which it did. And when you watch that movie as a kid in the cinema, it makes that movie much more magical than it really is.
To most kids, toys are alive, but they actually see it on screen where toys are alive.
Live, it's
Adds a different dimension
Yeah.
to everything. And there's no kid who has watched that movie that hasn't been impacted by that movie.
at some point or another in
And
some
it
way.
really, yeah, and everything they did with the sequels, the quality of work that they actually put into sequels, they don't just put them out there just to put them out there, but actually
It was
took the
hard
work
not to
and-
put Toy Story 3 into this list, because all 3 of these movies, in my opinion, deserve top 3 spots. If not to be sharing the first spot, because those movies, they can be watched separately. You don't have to watch any of the previous movies.
Yeah.
Except maybe number 3.
No, not even the third. Okay, like
You should watch at least the first one, but
yeah,
anyways.
which gives us high hopes for the fourth one, knowing they do such good work that you hope that they're not gonna
Drop the ball.
drop the ball.
I'm hoping so, but to me, everything I know about that movie, I'm waiting for it to happen because it's called Toy Story. I just don't care about the 4. I don't know why. To me, the story ended. So once Sandy went to college, to me, story ended. But we'll see what happens.
Now they
Dude.
got new owner, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm always optimistic about these things. So yeah,
So Toy Story, your number 1. my
It will
number
always
2.
be number 1. Always, always,
That's it.
always.
It's hard, like even now I'm rethinking my 2 and 1, but coming in number 1 is the DreamWorks animation How to Train Your Dragon.
Man, I know you love that movie, man.
Love
We
that
talked
movie.
about it at length at our
There's
DreamWorks
gonna be a
video.
third one.
Yeah, there's gonna next year.
I'm not sure.
I think
And
it's
there's
next year.
also the Netflix animated series, which unlike other animated series made of animated movies, they actually keep the same animation and they brought back voices, which usually isn't done. They just cut budget on.
Actually, Netflix is
animated
doing a
series.
lot of stuff with DreamWorks over the last few years. What with the what's his name, Guillermo del Toro's Troll Hunters,
Hunters, yeah.
and Voltron, Legendary Defender reboot, so to speak, and Dragons, and I think they have a lot more animated projects coming up.
Oh yeah,
so
it's happening. But How to Train Your Dragon ended up on my number 1. put a whole different spin to the dragons and Vikings and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a
and to do it in such a way. Sorry.
it's
It or Toy Story is the number one.
I'm not gonna hold that against you, even though I should. But you know what? We're brothers. We love each other, so I'm gonna let it slide, man.
Yeah.
Just like
Says the guy who put
Lego movie, yeah.
Lego movie and who actually put the Iron Giant at 9.
Hey, dude, come on, man. You put Toy Story number 2, so come.
Exactly. I did not put it number 9. That's all I'm saying.
So
that's it from us.
for
top
today.
10. Yeah, for today. Like you said, we're pre-recording a bunch of these due to scheduling conflicts
and whatnot, and
whatnot,
work,
yeah.
and
so
yeah.
Let us know what you think. Drop a note in the comments.
Like, subscribe,
Yeah.
share. Let us know what
like you want to yell. You know, we're probably not gonna yell back. We don't care about yellers, but you know.
Yeah, let us know what your top 10 animated movie lists are, or what should we have put in our list. Like, if you don't agree, that's your problem, but this is our list. And like we said, we're probably gonna change this list like 5 minutes from now.
Yeah.
We already changed it a few times.
Just while doing this video.
So yeah,
a lot of animated movies out there. This couldn't go on either way.
Exactly.
Ended up like this. That's our final top 10 for
today.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. And until next time, Bears Bros out.
Yep.